And a very good Tuesday evening to you. I'm FOX54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Starting this evening over in DeKalb County, a little more cloud cover over in northeast Alabama. We're also talking about a little bit of rain. Not sure if you can see it, but it kind of looks like we're talking about a rain shaft back off the horizon there. We have seen a little bit of rain, some isolated thunderstorms develop across the Tennessee Valley over the last couple of hours. We're going to get to that activity here in just a second. Then we go from the top of Montesano, where it's kind of a tale of two cities. Now the temperature graphic's kind of covering it up a little bit, but you can kind of see the rain there off to the left side of your screen, and then we're talking about a slightly clearer sky, maybe a slightly clearer sky off there on the right side of your screen. I'm kind of standing in front of it. I suppose it would be beneficial if I would move so you can kind of see the rain there, and then you can kind of see what looks like a little bit of a clearing there, where it looks like a little bit of sunshine is attempting to push its way into the area on the backside of the rain that moved through. 82 degrees right now is the temperature, indicating that they have seen a little bit of rain. The temperature dropped, that rain cool there, but that doesn't necessarily mean it feels nice. As a matter of fact, it's going to be incredibly humid. If you saw any rain here over the last couple of hours, dew point sitting at 74, dew point of 74, air temperature of 82. It's going to feel rather disgusting, especially in the locations that have seen rain over the last couple of hours, like I said. Back home, not really back home, I guess, a little bit lower in elevation, back into the city of Huntsville, I suppose would be the appropriate terminology. Beginning to see a little bit of sunshine. The sun's going to set here in the next couple of hours. Still talking about a fair amount of cloud cover. We're looking northbound on Memorial Parkway, though it does look like the parkway is nice and dry. Honestly, I'm not too terribly sure if we ended up getting any rain here in the Huntsville metro area. I know my wife texted me about an hour and a half ago. Maybe it was that long ago. She said we got a little bit of rain down in Owens Crossroads. Good thing too, because my yard desperately needs it. But I digress. Just kind of shows the nature of the scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. We get a little bit of rain in Owens Crossroads, but the Huntsville metro area tends to stay dry. It really doesn't look like the parkway was ever wet. Temperatures did a pretty good job at climbing this afternoon. We saw 95 degrees in Huntsville, 94 Athens and Decatur. Now we saw the lower 90s over in northeast Alabama, 91 in Scottsboro, 91 in Albertville, 92 was the high temperature today in Arab. That's pretty typical. They're normally a little bit cooler than everybody else. But look at this. We go from 95 in Huntsville to 92 this afternoon in Florence, 90 in Russellville, 91 in Moulton. Why are they cooler than everybody else? Well, the cloud cover built into northwest Alabama a little quicker this afternoon, or a little earlier in the afternoon. Lauderdale, Colbert, Franklin, and Lawrence counties, they saw some additional cloud cover a little bit earlier through the course of the afternoon, and that prevented them from getting as warm as, say, Athens or Huntsville, who were a couple of degrees warmer. They saw a little more cloud cover. They saw a little bit of rain before everybody else saw the rain, and that kept their temperatures slightly lower. Still, those numbers above average for this time of year. The average high temperature right around 91 or 92 degrees, so just at or just above average. Temperatures beginning to climb once again in Florence, 87 degrees, 85 in Huntsville, 80 in Decatur, 85 in Coleman. We're sitting at 82 in Scottsboro, sitting at 87 degrees over in Fort Payne, low and mid 80s for our friends up across southern Middle Tennessee. Through the rest of the evening, air temperature is actually not going to be that bad when you consider the fact that we are heading into mid-July, but I also want you to bear in mind that it is going to be disgustingly humid, especially if you have seen a little bit of rain. But you kind of expect that. If you've lived here for more than a couple of years, you know that when the rain comes through, especially in July, it's not going to actually bring any sort of relief. It's just going to make it more humid. Honestly, it makes it worse because it makes it more humid. 86 at 7, 83 by 8, 80 degrees by the time we get to 9 o'clock. Shower and thunderstorm activity is gradually going to begin to taper off. Let's talk about that shower and thunderstorm activity. We're first going to zoom in here, heading into Jackson County over in northeast Alabama, Woodville, back into a spell. We're kind of beginning to get out of Madison County. We're talking about a pocket of heavier rain heading down into Grant. We're talking about a pocket of heavier rain, a little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning. Maybe the winds are picking up. Probably wouldn't be any higher than 25 or 30 miles per hour. The biggest concern here, definitely going to be some heavier rain. Here's Highway 431 heading just off the screen there, and then 72 through Gurley. Dry in Owens Crossroads, probably dry as we head down into New Hope, but a little further down 431, just on the backside of Gunnersville. We're talking about a little bit of rain just to the north of Albertville, pocket of heavier rain beginning to move out of Gunnersville. We're talking about a pocket of rain kind of sitting over Lake Gunnersville. So we're going to want to bear that in mind, especially if you know anybody that is going to be or is currently out and about boating. Fife, dry for the time being. Geraldine, dry for the time being. Crossville, dry for right now. But I would anticipate that as this activity continues to push its way to the east over the next 10 or 15 minutes, maybe our friends in Fife or Geraldine are going to see a little bit of rain. Again, we're not talking about any severe weather. We're just talking about some pockets of heavier rain, a little bit of thunder, and a little bit of lightning. Maybe it'll save you from having to water your lawn this evening. I'm still going to water mine. Yes, I know. My wife said that we got a little bit of rain, but I am still going to water my lawn this evening. It's basically a requirement. I was out of town for a couple of days and didn't water the lawn. My fault, but the lawn now looks like it hasn't been watered in 3 or 4 days, however long it is I was gone. If we look at the entire southeast, there is a fair amount of scattered shower and thunderstorm activity. Now, a lot of this activity is going to dissipate over the next couple of hours. All of this is diurnally driven for the most part. What does that mean? Well, it just simply means that the shower and thunderstorm activity typically pops up during the most unstable part of the day, and then it goes away about as quickly as it pops up. Once you get beyond sunset, a lot of this activity typically has a really hard time at holding itself together. So we tend to dry out somewhat quickly. Other opportunities for rain in the forecast, and this looks somewhat intimidating, and I get it because rain is somewhat of a certainty. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we hold on to the opportunities for rain as we head into the weekend, and the rain stays with us as we head into Monday and Tuesday of next week. But I don't really want you to be overly concerned with the rain this week, and we talked about this during Fox 54 News at 5:30 if you were tuning into that. This week is going to be standard July weather in the Tennessee Valley. It is going to be everything you would expect. It's going to be hot, it's going to be humid, and scattered showers and thunderstorms are going to be possible on a daily basis. It might not always rain over your house, it might never rain over your house, but it is going to rain over somebody's house this week, and we kind of saw that this afternoon. Now, the folks that do get showers and thunderstorms, those storms could be on the stronger end of the spectrum. And that's going to lead to the potential for a little bit of flash flooding. So that's something we're certainly going to want to be mindful of, especially through the later part of each afternoon and then through the first couple of hours of the evening. And we've kind of seen some indications of that today. Look at this, kind of north of the Huntsville metro area, kind of heading into northern Madison County, kind of between Newmarket and Gurley. 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain over the last 3 hours. And 3 hours is just the shortest amount of time I could put on the radar. Honestly, most of this rain fell over the course of about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. That's a lot of rain in a very short period of time. So would not be the least bit surprised if maybe there were some quick rises to water. Maybe there was some heavy ponding on some of the low-lying roads. And so it's things like this that we're going to want to be mindful of over the next couple of days as we continue to talk about the chance for isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. Here's Futurecast as we head into the lunch hour on Wednesday. Futurecast doing a really good job here of painting a picture of what I think we're going to talk about. A partly sunny sky. Some folks at the lunch hour on Wednesday going to get to enjoy a fair amount of sunshine, some cloud cover thrown into the mix. But then other folks are going to begin to talk about isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. And this activity is going to stick with us through the heart of the afternoon and then even as we head into the early part of Wednesday evening. Now, Futurecast is trying to hold on to some of this activity as we head into the overnight and then through the earliest hours of Thursday morning, and I think that's certainly going to be possible, but I also think a number of us are going to be dry. Trying to hold on to a rogue shower as we head into the Thursday morning commute, and then from there as we head into Thursday afternoon, early into Thursday evening, much the same across the Tennessee Valley. Scattered showers and thunderstorms once again begin to develop. Some of that activity could be on the stronger end of the spectrum, but then it's going to fizzle out rather quickly. Some of us are going to get to enjoy a mostly clear sky as we head into the overnight. Other folks are probably going to have to deal with a little bit of patchy, dense fog. Temperatures dropping into the lower 70s. I've got a low right around 72 degrees. If you want to go to the pool tomorrow, you can certainly do that. It's definitely going to be warm enough to spend a little bit of time at the pool, but understand that thunderstorms are in the forecast, so you're going to want to plan accordingly, and you're going to want to have a way to get indoors somewhat